Welcome, everyone. Today, I wanted to talk about the connection between Japan and Cardano. So, this was actually suggested as a video topic from one of the subscribers on this channel. The subscriber's name is Ka Takeuchi, and basically, this person suggested that I go into the connection between Japan and Cardano. If you remember the genesis of Cardano last year, you always would hear about, well, back in the day, you would hear about this being the Japanese Ethereum. While I kind of disagree with that because I think that Cardano will eventually surpass Ethereum, and Ethereum should be held, companies should be held to the standard of Cardano, not to Ethereum. But at the moment, Ethereum is the standard. But we're going to go over exactly why there is a connection between Cardano and Japan. So basically, the company, if you've heard of the company Emergo, Emergo is a Japanese company, and Charles is the CEO of IOHK, which is Input Output Hong Kong. And Input Output Hong Kong is basically a cryptocurrency business. They help build projects for cryptocurrency and whatnot. So basically, this company, Emergo, which has a lot of financial assets, approached Charles Hoskinson and IOHK to build this next generation cryptocurrency. And Charles had been thinking about building this project, but it wasn't flushed out. So they own they created this partnership, and basically Emergo is the reason why Cardano is here. It's one of the reasons why this project was started, and they saw a gap in the cryptocurrency ecosystem, what needed to be done, and they went and they built this project. So, fast forward a little bit of time. I'm sure this happened well before the initial sale or the initial distribution. There was a pre-launch sales event, and this happened in Japan. And people may wonder, why wasn't the world accessible to this? Because Cardano was thinking steps ahead. All of these ICOs on Ethereum, there were no regulations, whatnot, in the United States at that particular time. The regulations are still up in the air. But basically, all the issues that happen within the KYC and AML, all this information was not there at that particular moment. So, taking this information, Cardano pre-launched their platform in Japan. So they had their pre-launch sales event in Japan. So this sentence right here, I'm going to link all of this below, but basically says that the distribution of ADA token vouchers, which are part of the Cardano settlement layer, which took place in Asia in 4 stages between the months of October 2015 and the start of January 2017. This distribution, essentially a pre-launch sales event, was the first in the cryptocurrency industry to set Know Your Customer guidelines, so that's KYC, and an audit was performed on the distribution process. So all of this information certified. There are traces of everything. They made sure they followed all the guidelines, all the specifications. So later on, they're not going to get subpoenaed by the SEC, which a lot of these ICOs on Ethereum, they could get subpoenaed any day if they're not being even subpoenaed right now. And that's a whole nother animal. So a lot of these companies, they may be in a lot of trouble in the end, for not following the laws, and they might get fined, or they may have to return funds, and the funds may not be there and whatnot. So information and statistics about the voucher distribution are detailed below in the ADA voucher distribution stats section. In addition, these ADA, the Genesis block distribution, it includes an amount equal to 20% of the ADA vouchers sold during the sale period, or 5,185,414,108 ADA vouchers. These have been generated and distributed to the 3 entities of the Cardano ecosystem that are part of the Technical and Business Development Pool, IOHK, Emergo, and the Cardano Foundation. And if you remember my previous video, you know the wallets, the blue whale wallets. These are the blue whale wallets. The total amount of ADA available at launch will therefore be equal to 31,112,484,646 ADA. So CoinMarketCap, please update the supply of ADA because it's just off. It is 31 billion, but you'll see that the numbers are just a little bit different. So we're just going to go down real quickly and see exactly what's happening. So they divided these pre-sale events into tranches. So we have tranche 1, tranche 2, tranche 3, and tranche 4. So these are the different selling events that happen. We're going to see exactly the ADA distribution during those tranches or those events. So if we convert this, if we click this ADA drop down right here, it converts everything to the actual sell events. So when you see a lot of the well-established wallets or well-established wallets in the Cardano ecosystem, chances are they're coming from Japan because they had a lot of Japanese investors that were participating in this pre-launch sales event. So, for example, in the tranche 1, which is perhaps the first sales event period, we need to look at the mean. So this is telling you exactly the average number of ADA that people received within this period. So if you look at this, you see that the first sell period, there were about each person or each token holder or each voucher holder received around 4 million, purchased around 4,531,263 ADA, which is a staggering amount. And you know, they may have purchased some vouchers for families as well as for investments. So if we look at that in the UTXO distribution, that's 4 million, we're going to see that the difference right here, let's change this to the show one balloon data point, show the legend real quick, because I have a feeling I'm not marking. So we're going to see the 1 million to 4 million ADA. So there's about 3,424 of these addresses within this bucket. So let's just click around quickly. So there's about 3,746 of these addresses, and as you can see from my previous video, you see that within this bucket there have been dumps. So it's very possible that some of the people that invested into the sales event, once their ADA vouchers became available, they dumped. As you can see, it's been a decrease. But if you look at all the other categories, there are increases in the UTXO distribution. So this category seems to be synonymous with some dumps. So this, and right now there's around 3,422. So the initially, before the pre-launch, we have at the peak, we're going to have somewhere around 4 to 5,000. So apparently there were 277 people in this tranche, but it continues because this was a 1 million to 10 million tranche. So in the tranche 2, we have around 1,885,327, a mean ADA. So that also follows under the same tranche. So we have 4,100 plus 277. The next tranche, we also have 2,074,194 ADA, which falls into the same tranche. And then the final tranche, the average is 1,509,507. And you have to remember, there are people that were probably contributing millions of dollars and received tens of millions of ADA, and the mean is obviously the average of everyone. And there were probably some people that were getting 100,000 ADA or 50,000 ADA. So people were investing heavy into Cardano, which is very exciting. And you know, one of the things that, you know, I've never been to Japan, but one of the things that is very exciting is that the Japanese people, they have extreme pride in the projects that they back, and this could be extremely advantageous in the future. There are some big players some big whales, some big sharks, and there are big investors that are supporting Cardano, especially in Japan. So as you can see, Japan was not the only, um, they weren't the only people that invested into Cardano. So tranche one, which is like event one, it was 226 people that invested. So that was their first pre-sales event. The tranche two was South Korea, Malaysia was included as well. As you can see, there were two people from those areas. Tranche three, we have South Korea, 94 people. Thailand, Taiwan, Malaysia, and the Philippines, and China, and a lot more Japanese people. And in tranche four, of course, a lot more Japanese people, China, South Korea, Malaysia, Vietnam, and Thailand. So down here, you can see all the statistics, the voucher distribution for Bitcoin price, and you can really play around to see exactly what's happening. So the ADA, here we have the ADA voucher distribution owner structure to see exactly, what percentage people are owning, like how many vouchers they purchased. Remember, this could be also investment firms that purchased a lot of different vouchers and for their clients, and or families that purchased a lot of vouchers for different family members and whatnot. So this is a voucher distribution timeline. So as you can see, the events happen, the tranche one happened in October of 2015, tranche two happened at the beginning of 2016, tranche three happened at the end of 2016, and tranche four happened in the end of 2016 upwards to the beginning of 2017. So this project has been working for a long time, and you can really click around and see exactly what's going on. Average voucher distribution, how much ADA people received. Everything in Cardano is audited, so you can check to see exactly what is happening in each tranche structure. So taking this, we can click this and we can see exactly how many Bitcoin was sent to this address for ADA distribution. So once again, this is extremely refreshing because not only did Cardano have a successful pre-launch sales event, but they also followed the KYC guidelines, so they're not going to be in any kind of legal loopholes in the future. They plan this out. One thing about Cardano, they think 5 steps ahead. So let me know what you think. Do you find any other connections between Japan and Cardano? And I've been contacted by members of the Japanese Cardano community, and they are very excited. They are just as passionate as we are. They love this project. So thank you so much. Once again, thank you, Ka Takeuchi. And let me know, please like, comment, subscribe. Let me know if you have any other ideas. And until the next video, thank you.